Navigating in phpMyAdmin. This tutorial will show you how to navigate in phpMyAdmin. For this tutorial, we are connected to phpMyAdmin using the root MySQL user. When connecting as another user, some options may be disabled, dependent on the server's configuration and the specific privileges granted to the user by the system administrator. This is the main menu. First, let's select a database to work with. Click the database name. Other users will only be able to view and access databases that they have been given privileges to. Many systems are configured with control panel software used to delegate the administration of the accounts on the server. Whenever possible, it is recommended that you use the tools within the control panel itself for certain tasks, such as the creation of databases, creation of users, management of user privileges, etc., instead of phpMyAdmin. Performing these tasks outside of the control panel can produce undesirable results in the operation of the control panel software. If we wanted to switch to a different database, we could select it here. When working with a specific database, phpMyAdmin opens to the Structure tab by default. From here, you can manage the tables and columns within the database. Click the SQL tab. Here you can enter SQL commands directly to execute queries on this database. Click the Search tab. You can also use this interface to find records that match the specific criteria within a database. Click the Query tab. This interface allows you to execute basic queries without having to enter the SQL commands directly. Click the Export tab. This interface allows you to dump the structure and/or content from the database into a text file that can then be imported back into MySQL or other applications. This is commonly used to back up a database. Click the Import tab. This interface allows you to execute a string of queries from a text file. This is commonly used to restore databases from a backup or to construct and populate a database when migrating from a previous host. Click the Operations tab. This interface allows you to alter the database or copy into a new database. Click the Privileges tab. This displays the users with privileges to access the database. Click the Drop tab. This can be used to remove a database from the server. It is also recommended that you use the tools within the control panel for removing databases instead of removing them here. Now let's go back to the main menu and look at the global options. Click the Home button. Click the Show MySQL Runtime Information link. This displays information about the connections to the database and the queries executed through them. This can be useful in troubleshooting problems with performance and database connectivity. Click the Databases tab. This can also be accessed by clicking the Status tab from the other global options. Click the SQL tab. Here we can also execute SQL commands by entering them directly. However, from this interface, we will have to reference any databases directly that we want to query. Click the Variables tab. This displays the system variables used by the MySQL service on the server set in the service configuration. Click the Care Sets tab. This displays the various character sets installed on the server for multiple languages. Click the Engines tab. This displays the various storage engines that are supported. The most commonly used are MyISAM and InnoDB. Click the Privileges tab. From this interface, users and privileges can be managed. However, again, it is recommended that users and privilege be managed using the tools in the control panel whenever possible, instead of using this interface. Click the Processes tab. This displays information about the system processes generated by queries executed in MySQL. This is useful in troubleshooting performance issues due to database queries that are taking a long time to execute. Click the Export tab. We can also dump databases to a text file from here. However, we can select multiple databases from here instead of just dumping a single database. Click the Import tab. We can also execute commands from a text file here. Click the Home button. Click the SQL button. Here we can also execute queries without changing the options displayed in our main window, or click the Import Files tab. Execute a series from a text file from here. Click the SQL History tab. This displays the list of the commands used during our session. Click the Close button. Congratulations! You now know how to navigate in phpMyAdmin.